Everyone, I'm glad you, Antoine Thompson, Greater Washington Region Clean Cities. Thank you for being here. We are going to talk about the Empower program today, which is focused on workplace charging, helping your workers use those electric vehicles while they're at work, which is really important to encourage clean transportation. So we'll get into that in a moment. We're going to have two of our team members, Darrell Jones, Community Engagement Liaison, and Laurel Mack Wilson, Marketing and Outreach Coordinator for our organization as well. If you want to learn more about the Empower program, you can also go to our website, GWRCCC.org/empower-programs. You go right to our website as well. Let me just read a couple quick announcements. First announcement is that we are gearing up for our opening reception, which will be on February 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Pepco Edison Gallery in Washington, D.C. So that is free. So look forward to that. We'll talk about some of our goals and priorities for this year, some of the things that we did last year. We'll also have some speakers from across the region and across the country as well. So we're looking forward to that. So that's February 21st. So save the date for that. We also have next month, we'll have an EV 101 workshop. We'll also have our monthly stakeholders meeting where you can hear about funding opportunities. You get a chance to hear from some of our members and stakeholders and some of the things that they're doing. So it's great virtual networking as well. We also will have a Black History Month forum the end of the month as well. We'll have some very high profile folks on that as well. And then we have a number of trainings and workshops throughout the month. Please stay tuned. We have a green procurement working group as well. So that will be meeting next month as well, where we're really trying to encourage the use of green products, clean energy materials, supplier opportunities as well, both in the transportation, building, and consumer space as well. So we'll make sure we put the date for that before it wraps up. The last two things I want to mention. One is the Ron Flowers Scholarship Golf Outing. That's the GWRCCC Ron Flowers annual scholarship golf outing that will take place on June 27th. And we'll thank you for putting that in the chat. So it's 8:30 a.m. It should be really fun. We've had a great time the last few years, so we're gearing up for that for the golf tournament June 27th. If you are not a member of GWRCCC, which I see a few folks on here who are not members, you can join today. And so we will put that in the chat as well. When you come to some of our events moving forward this year, there will be different rates for members and non-members. So I want to share that with you as well. All right. And every day we always take donations. So if you want to donate to our organization, we are a 501c3 organization. You check your contributions are tax deductible. I know we're on tax season as well, so you can always make a donation, whether it's $1 or $1 million or $100 million. We take it. We know some of you guys like to donate and support some of the good work that we are doing. So without further ado, I want to get right into our discussion today. I think this is also being broadcast live on some of our platforms. Is that correct, Laurel?
Yes.
Okay, so this is also being broadcast live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and maybe Instagram. I'm not sure. And so look for it. If you want to share this information as well, you can do that. So I want to get right into it. We have some really smart people that are going to talk about workplace charging today. But one of the things I really want you all to think about is the fact that we have a tremendous responsibility to make sure that we continue to accelerate access to EV charging for people. Everywhere I go, I especially in the cities and first ring suburbs, but so many of our folks uh, across the country live in communities where um, they over 50% of the people live in either condos or apartment buildings, what we call multi-unit dwellings. And so that's really important to make sure that these persons have access to EV charging. And we also have a responsibility to make sure that people from communities that come from historically disadvantaged, whether from segregation, economics, whatever, that we try to get as much charging to those folks as well. So I'm so excited. We're going to have Darrell Jones, who currently serves as community liaison for the Greater Washington Region Clean Cities Coalition, in his role as a bridge between the community and clean energy initiatives. With his exceptional communication skills and his passion for sustainability, he effectively engages stakeholders and fosters collaborative relationships. We'll also hear from Laurel McWilson. She's our marketing outreach coordinator. She also not only helps get our brand out there, helps us with everything from marketing and outreach and tabling at different events and making sure that you all and others know about our programs. She also works on our Mid-Atlantic Electrification Project, our electric school bus program, our Drive Electric USA project, and also she's involved with one of our workforce development initiatives. So in all those, she's helping to do outreach and engage marketing and get people to know about these programs and help with some project management as well. So we got some really good folks. I do see Bruce on from the state of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Glad to see you, Bruce. Hope all is well and Happy New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year, Antoine, and good to be here. We're, of course, a partner in Empower as well, and just happy to support Greater Washington's efforts. We're all in this together.
Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to say, before I call on our first presenter, that we are doubling down on doing outreach. One of our team members, Daryl Barnes, who's not here today, we were at his one of his business roundtables the other day, and we had a tremendous turnout. And we're going everywhere we can to get people to sign these pledge forms, et cetera. So without further ado, Mr. Jones, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thompson. Laura, you can go ahead and present. Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Darrell Jones, the Community Engagement Liaison for Greater Washington Clean Cities Coalition. And today we're going to be talking about the Empower program, workplace charging for your businesses. One second, let's get through. Okay. So first, Empower, it stands for Equitable Mobility, Powering Opportunities for Workplace Electrification Readiness. Empower. Next slide, Lauren. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about workplace charging basics, the benefits of workplace charging, what is Empower, why is Empower important, some project goals and KPIs, the project roadmap, our project partners, the project structure. Then we're going to wrap it up with some contact information. Next slide, please. So first off, where do EV owners actually need chargers? Right now, 80% of EV owners charge their cars, at their homes, 15% at the workplace, and 5% in public. EV owners primarily charge their cars where it's more convenient and inexpensive, excuse me. So this is the reason why we need more workplace charging. Next slide. So the reason why we want workplace charging, I'm going to hit on three major points. Employee attraction and retention, the cost, savings, and the convenience, the corporate sustainability and leadership. So with employee attraction and retention, workplace charging serves as a valuable employee benefit, attracting and retaining individuals who own or are considering electric vehicles. It enhances overall job satisfaction, and it contributes to higher employee retention rates. It also, for the cost and savings and convenience, employees benefit from cost savings by charging their EVs at work, making electric vehicles a more valuable choice. Workplace charging provides convenient access to charging during working hours, eliminating the need for employers and employees to take time off for charging. Installing workplace chargers demonstrates corporate sustainability goals and a commitment to the environmental responsibility. Hence, the certificates for the LEED program, the Leaders of Tomorrow for sustainability. It also positions the company as a leader in adopting environmental friendly practices, appealing to eco-conscious clients, customers, and business partners. Next slide. As you can see here, most of the charge is during the daytime. So having EV chargers at your workplace enables a greater midday kilowatt hours for owners to charge their cars. It provides a benefit for return to office commuters as well. Next slide. So a couple of hold-up questions that we have been running into is what time of day of the week will employees most want to access the charging? How many charging stations are needed to meet anticipated demands? Should employees pay a fee for workplace EV charging? Should charging stations be accessible to the public? Will the number of chargers installed be enough to satisfy employee demands? What will this cost be? How long will the project take? And what equipment should I consider when purchasing? Next slide, please. So now let's talk about what is Empower. So Empower is one of 3 national workplace charging projects funded by the U.S. Department of Energy. It's catalyzing workplace charging adoption through outreach, workplace charger install commitments, and actual installations. And it's the first and only equity-focused nationwide workplace charging program in the United States. Empower provides up to $2,000 of direct technical assistance and guidance from an experienced Clean Cities Coalition to workplaces across the United States who wish to install workplace charging. It also focuses on minority, low-income, or other populations who have been traditionally underserved and are poised to benefit from the most from workplace charging in electric vehicles because they're more likely to live in multi-unit dwellings. Employees have the most to benefit economically from owning and operating an EV, and therefore encouraging workplaces located in disadvantaged communities or employee members of these communities means we are reducing barriers to electrification in communities that need it the most, of course. Next slide, Will. So here's a couple of our project goals. We want to increase employer commitments for workplace charging programs and installations, increase career pathways in EV charging industry for unrepresented communities. And we want to be the one-stop shop for web resources and tools related to workplace charging, consistent messaging, tactics, and coordination with national data and utility partners. Next slide.
All right, thank you, Darrell. I will take it from here. So now we're going to talk a bit about our goals for the year and why your help and commitment to workplace charging is so important. So we have some pretty lofty goals here, and we're really glad that you're here to help us out with those goals. So first and foremost, we want to contact 2,000 workplaces, 40% of which, or 40% of the employer commitments should be from employers of diverse backgrounds, such as Black, Indigenous, and people of color, rural communities, and underserved/disinvested communities. And at the end of the day, we should have 3,500 EVSE ports installed, which is an awesome goal. And so we're really excited trying to hit the ground running to get you all involved. And this is just a little road map of, where we are and where we would like to be. The project finish is coming up quick. So the project started in 2022, although I don't think that we were on it until 2023. So that does make us feel a little better, but planning and prep began, and then implementation started last year. So contacting employers and sharing information, that is still going on into this part of the year so that we can start helping you all get your implementation strategies in place. This is just a bit about our project partners. So the planning team is the Columbia Willamette Clean Cities Partners, which is over in Oregon. There's East Tennessee Clean Fuels, Center for Sustainable Energy, Shift to Electric, Charger Help, Small Electric Power Alliance, ICF International, the Cadeo Group, the American Lung Association, and Cerritos College. And again, East Tennessee Clean Fuels is the implementation team, and we are one of 30 Clean Cities coalitions across the country to help them implement this project. And here is a map of all of the participating states and regions. And here are a couple resources that we can help you with now that you're interested, and we hope that you will sign the Empower Pledge. So our resources are, we personally have an EV resources list on our website. That list includes all of GWRCCC members that have or that work with electric vehicles, electric charging, any type of consulting. There's a bunch of different resources on that list. On workplacecharging.com, there is a workplace charging survey so that you can get a read on how your employees feel about it. And there's also some strategy guidance. On afdc.energy.gov, there are emissions reduction workplace charging benefits to, help get everyone on board. Read building certification guidance, workplace charging case studies by industry, and employer workplace charging toolkit so that you can really, get this plan off the ground. We know that this is not something where you can just, throw those chargers in the ground and hope that they work. It's probably going to take a bit of planning, making sure it's in the right place, making sure that you're working with the right people. So we're here to help you. And you have started at the first place, which is contacting your local clean cities. So the next step is, going to your workplace and pitching to them, and we would be happy to help you pitch if there's anyone else who needs to know this information. Connect with your power providers to see what all would need to happen or if anything needs to change for your grid to accommodate charging, and then you'll make your plan and hit the ground running. Okay, Darrell, go ahead.
So the next step is to go to our website and sign the Empower Pledge, and you will receive a $250 incentive. Then you will connect with your personal workplace charging coach. Your coach can work with you at your place of business to survey your coworkers and employers to gauge exactly what you need. Like Laurel said, it might be improvement of your grid, just cater around your job's direct needs for your chargers. And you and your coach will create a plan of action that dedicated to that. Again, can you go to the next step? I don't know if my email address is here for you guys or Mr. Thompson's. Can you go to the next page? Okay, yes. Again, you can send us an email if you have any questions or go directly to the Greater Washington website /Empower program to complete this form. And again, thank you guys so much for listening.
All right, so I'm so excited. First, thank you for that presentation. And so I know we have a number of folks on the call today, and just so excited that about this program. And so we need your help. We need you all to get some of your whether it's a coffee shop to a fueling station, a senior center. It could be the cell phone store. Everyone has a cell phone, right? Right. You got to get that service somewhere. So be part of our team to help get people to sign the pledge. We had 10 people sign up this week. So, but we got a long way to go. We need about 40 more people to sign this pledge form. So we are excited about it. We were at the DC Auto Show last week. We'll be there on Saturday getting people to sign these pledges, and they're coming a lot faster, but we got a long way to go so we can finish this project strong. So any questions? Any questions? Let me call on a couple folks. Corin Sharp, are you currently offering workplace charging at your place of business?
I work for Maryland Department of General Services, so we do have some charging through our utility partnership program
Awesome.
available to employees.
And I sit on the train commission. I'm a commissioner on there with your secretary as well, and some of the higher ups there. But we'd love to work with you to get more charging around. And let me just mention that just because you offer charging right now doesn't mean you can't take the pledge, because what the pledge says is that not only are you offering charging, you're going to continue to offer more and more charging. So even Corin, so we'd love for you to get either you or someone from your office to sign that pledge that says we're currently offering charging. We're going to continue to offer charging, and we're going to also try to make sure we get it charging in different places around, as many places in rural areas and urban areas and some of the suburban areas around the state of Maryland. So that is excellent. So keep up the good work. We love to see every office building, every recreational center, every tourist site, every places where you may be leasing space as well to offer charging as well. So let's go to Tim. Hey, Tim, how are you doing? Happy New Year.
Yep. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Doing well. How about yourself?
We're doing great. I know you
Yeah.
new company, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I guess being in an office building, would you talk to a project manager? Being that you don't own the building, who would you talk
Yeah,
to?
that's all you got to do is talk to the property manager, whoever signs your lease, who can always tell you who is the appropriate person to sign that pledge form.
Okay.
That easy.
And then the like you said, the cafes, maybe the gas stations, again, they have a proper, well, the franchise owner, or who would it be that you would just set up a call?
Yeah, that easy. Yeah. It's that easy. And so I think for you as an EV charging company, that's a great way to get your foot in the door.
Okay, I would love to get some of the material from this and follow up.
Yeah, you can grab it right from our website, or you can email Darrell or I, and we'll get you the forms, and we'll jump on any call to explain it to them. This does not say that they have to put charging in tomorrow. It just starts the conversation to get them to pledge that they will eventually offer charging to people. If you are a person who is trying to get their business, this is a great way for us to help you close a deal, right?
Yeah, yeah, very, very much so. I agree with that.
Okay, all right, thank you, thank you. Let's go to Rory. What organization are you with, Rory?
Hi, I'm with XCharge. I'm just an EVSE provider, and I just wanted to gain insight as to the Greater Washington area.
Yes, we're doing a lot of good work. We were successful last week on 7 winning teams for the federal government for different electrification projects. And this is one of the things that we're doing, and we've been beating the bushes, and a great way to collaborate. So if you have clients that you're working with, encourage them to sign the pledge for EV charging, because that
Absolutely
helps you
will.
as a business owner as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for the insight.
Yes, yes. So this is a great way to really get your potential clients to think about, to really get serious about EV charging. Even if they already have 1 or 2 chargers up, or 10 or 15 chargers up, this really is something that they can take to their management to say, hey, we signed this pledge, we're in this, we believe in it, we're going to continue to do more, etc. Because it's good for the environment, it's good for business. The other thing I want to mention that we didn't talk a lot about is the value that this will bring for employees, because as the transition to electric vehicles continues to increase, many employees will be looking for employers that offer workplace charging, right? And so it's something that employees will begin to ask for. I also do real estate, so more and more home buyers, more tenants are asking for that. You will find that some developers are wisening up, and they're already incorporating it into their costs. So many more and more employees, and that's one of the things that you should talk to your potential clients about, is that by the time we get through 2024, it will be quite common for employees and prospective employees to say, do you offer workplace charging? So it's going to be a tremendous employee benefit. It does not have to necessarily be free. It could be discounted, it could be market rate, but it's something that employees are going to want to be able to do, is to charge while they're at work, especially if they have to commute any couple miles or more a day. So it's going to be something they're going to be asking their employers. Any questions for us before we wrap up, and I'll give some more announcements? Any questions? Any questions? David, I see someone with P Funk on here, Tibbs. Oh, okay, that's Tibbs. Okay, hey Tibbs, how are you doing? I think we talked yesterday. I didn't know you played the sax like me. All right. I got to get back. I started playing my little drums a few weeks ago, and I got to start playing my sax. So I'm getting back to playing that every week. And now I got to get back to playing my sax.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Thompson. Yeah, that actually that's my progenitor of that's my father and his con tenor saxophone there. But yes, it's very interesting what you're looking towards. And then we also were looking at this as a possibility of we're involved with one of the neighboring state, well, not a neighboring state, but the state to the west of you, OHIO, and that there will be on the second phase of their NEVI, the National Electric Vehicle Initiative, for the Drive Ohio program. So they're going to have actually 26 regions that are scheduled to be having the their version of what would be the charging stations, whatever. So we're trying to work in with where that might be to be able to do some things. But your concepts and designs for things would be of interest to not only the Department of Transportation, Ohio Department of Transportation, but actually some of those cities and everything too.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. And so I would say to all of you before we wrap up, thank you for all that you all are doing. Spread the word. If you would like for us to present at a business meeting or with some of your a big group, small group, we are always willing, ready, and able to present to folks. And if you are, Corin, if you are having any challenges with your management or people about these decisions that you're making, we're always available to do letters of support or present to management or immediate superiors as well about why you should offer workplace charging. Really important. I had an interesting meeting the other day with some different agency, and I was sharing with them, it's good to have it for your fleets, but you also needed to have it for your workers, right? And so we've got to make that transition as well. A lot of folks in public and private sector have significant workforces, so we don't just want to have it for our fleets. We also want to make sure we offer this for our workers too. I'm just going to run through our quick announcements one more time, and then we're going to wrap up. Again, if you're not a member, join today. So I'm looking for you all that are on here today to join. We'd love to get state of Maryland to become a member as well. We've had some great relationships with the state of Maryland. We'd love to get you all on, and David and Tibbs and everyone on here. Rory, we'd love to get you all to become members of Greater Washington Region Clean City. So you can join today. I'd love to get those emails of people becoming members and renewing their membership as well. If there's a workshop or something that you would like for us to put on, if there's a particular speaker you would like for us to get on one of our events, let us know. We love doing that as well. Again, opening reception February 21st, 6 to 8 p.m. is going to be an amazing event. Over 300 people will be at that event. Great networking, a lot of good information. We'll have some information tables, all that good stuff. Save the date. June 27th is our annual golf tournament. We also have electric, biodiesel, and other clean energy vehicles that will be on display at that event as well. And if you want to have a booth where you want to display something, an information table or exhibit at the golf tournament, we have that opportunity as well. And I will end there and say thank you to our speakers, Darrell Jones and Laurel Mack Wilson. Thank you for your presentation, and thank you all for sharing with us what you're doing in the EV space and EV charging space. And we wish you all the best, and we'll see you at our next event. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.